Let's blueprint our first controller, along with one action, which is test. First, controller's keyword, then a list of controllers with a wider indentation. Then the actions under each controller with an extra indentation. Then a fourth level for statements inside each action. There are several statements that we can use inside the action. The statement is a key followed by a colon and then several parameters. First and most important is query, which will generate a symbol and medium queries. Unfortunately, queries generated this way are not ready to be consumed instantly. They should have a human look and some mapping before they are ready to be consumed. Putting all will make us return all of the employees, and it will return everything and put them in a collection. Let's run our batch and see what it generated for us. Let's print this employee collection. Blueprint will build a route for our action as well in the web PHP. This is a fully qualified route. Let's serve our application on board 8000 using Artisan Serve. Let's request our action, and here are all of the employees that resides inside our database. Orink is to handle the relations. We notice that the relation between the category and product is stable and link it with the two mentioned tables, which are the products and the. I have the PHP Artisan Serve running on the other console. Let's build a query with more parameters. We will generate a query that will filter records by salary and order the results by the bonus. Note that after where with order, which you can consider a batchal key value bears, under the main statement, we don't put a space after the colon. Let's bold. Here is the query that has just been generated for us. Notice that the returned value is called employees and it's a collection. Let's get the salary from the request and print the result. Let's call our action with one parameter, which is salary. There are no salaries with these exact values. So let's try salaries higher than the given value. And we have several records now ordered by bonus. Let's enrich it a little bit by adding another where statement and with a limit. Let's bold and see what we got. Here's our query. Let's take it to the higher than for the salary and make the name not too strict. I just need the input to match a part of the name. Let's print the array of the collection so that we don't get lots of data. Let's open the browser and call our action named guest under the controller employee with salaries more than 10,000 and name containing the letter A. Oops, we have a mistake. 3 employees have A in their names, salaries more than 10,000 and ordered by bonus. The second statement that we are interested in is the find statement. And we should remember that find is different from query, that it only finds one record by the primary key. We should put the name of the expected value of the variable after it, which is ID. Let's bold and go to our generated code. Notice that the returned value is called employee, not employees, as it was with the query, because the query is supposed to return a collection and find will return a model. Let's get the ID from the request and test our work with the ID 3. Here we go. We've got the record that we want. Let's try the third statement, which is delete. Let's delete the employee that we have retrieved. Let's call the action that will delete the record, and let's check that it's really deleted in the database. Yes, it's not there. Great. Now we are going to test dispatching of jobs. So let's create some job called compute salary. And here it is, create in the jobs directory. Let's see how we can write a statement to call this job. Dispatch, the name of the job. If the job have any parameters, we should put these in the with partial statement and without any spaces after the colon. Let's build and see the generated syntax for us. There is a very common assumption in the blueprint, which is each controller is related to a model that holds the same name. So, for example, employee controller is related to employee model. Let's see how to raise an event. It's easy and very similar to dispatching a job. We use the statement fire and the name of the event, and the parameters using with partial statement. Your brand will use those information to generate the event if it's not there, but it won't create any listeners and won't register it in the event service provider. Let's notice that there is no listener folder created for us, and there is nothing about our fancy event inside the event service provider. You should do those by your own. Use make listener to generate the needed listeners and fill the necessary code inside the event service provider. Let's flash the employee name to the session. Data stored in the session using this method will be available immediately and during the subsequent HTTP request. After the subsequent HTTP request, the flash data will be deleted. Flash data is primarily useful for short-lived status messages. Let's notify the employee with a check details notifications of a new project, for example. And we don't have an employee.